All right, we are back with another episode of It's That Easy. Hope everyone's having a great Monday, great start to your week. A lot of great sports going on right now. So let's just jump into it. So if you're watching, please like the video. If you get a chance, go ahead and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you're notified every time I put out a new video. So let's jump into it. I don't have this slide up. I don't know. I just didn't want to flip through slides. But today was the Travelers Championship playoff between Hovland and Scotty Scheffler. And Hovland took it. I think it was 2 holes into it. He won. Scotty missed a putt. Hovland wins. Good for him. His Denmark people were, his Norway people were so excited. So glad he could do that. Bummer for Scotty. And I actually picked Hovland because it wasn't worth it to put a little bit of dollars on Scotty. So I put dollars on Hovland, and guess what? He won. So anyway, let's jump into World Cup. Hopefully you're enjoying the World Cup. So I'm not a soccer person per se. I know how it works, but since the World Cup's been on, I've been enjoying the games, watching today's games. So earlier today, Brazil and Japan played. I picked Brazil to win. Let's see. Yeah, I just picked them to win. Moneyline. And Japan scored first. So like, oh no, this is not good. Brazil scored, but the way they do it, so in the group stages, you can tie and it's done. So it's win, lose, right? Here, there's win, lose, or tie. And if you pick to win, and they do win, but they win in overtime, you don't win. So, yeah, you have to pick that. So I was hoping it wouldn't go to overtime. Brazil scored, let's see, 5 minutes into the extra time. They got Japan had defended the ball. They were trying to get it out of their area. He did a bad kick. Brazil took it, scored, game over. So good for them. Then Germany and Paraguay played. I made the mistake of picking Germany to win in regulation, and they tied. Then they went into, which I didn't know this, 2 15-minute halves of overtime. Still tied, 1-1. Went into penalty kicks. After 5 kicks, still tied. And then on the 6th kick, they start over. Germany missed it. Paraguay made it. Paraguay moves on. And I don't know if you heard this from the first time that I talked about the World Cup, but there's always upsets that go on. Teams that are supposed to win that don't win, especially teams that are picked to win the whole thing, they don't normally win either. So Germany was one of them that was picked to at least go pretty far in the tournament. Yeah, that didn't happen. So congratulations, Paraguay. Good luck. Hopefully they do well, as long as they don't play the U.S. in the rest of the tournament. Netherlands and Morocco. So I picked the Netherlands to win on this one. And I thought it was a pretty good pick. Who knew Morocco was pretty good? But in the 72nd minute of the game, Netherlands had a great, you should see it. I'm not even going to try and describe it, but you should go check out the highlights. Yeah, great goal. Who knows? I mean, they may tie it up here. They still got, 12 minutes to go plus extra time. So we'll see what happens. But it's kind of fun watching these games and seeing what's going to happen. And there's some great athletes, I will say that. So let's look ahead to tomorrow's games. So tomorrow, starting at noon, you got Ivory Coast and Norway. Ivory Coast was a surprise coming in to the tournament to make it through, but they showed they got a lot of heart, and they play really good defense. And here's the thing, they're not picking Norway just to dominate, because Norway's a plus 110, and I think Ivory Coast is like a plus 140 or maybe 2 something. So it's not that they're saying that they don't think Norway's going to win. They do. They're just not sure right now. So I got, let's see, Norway to win or maybe just a draw. And if you pick a draw and they go into overtime, you win that wager there. So I might go, I don't know if I'm going to go 2.5, over 2.5, because they may not score. Like, who knew Netherlands and Morocco, they'd have 1 goal in 80 minutes of play, So France and Sweden play next. Now, there's your favorite there. France is a huge favorite to win this game tournament, or one of them. They should beat Sweden pretty good because, and they're kind of a high favorite at minus 350. Over unders 3.5. I would go under 3, but then at halftime, just like that Argentina game, they'll be up 3-0, and then they'll score again. So uh, I'm leaning picking France to win, but you don't win a lot of money that way. So you're either gonna have to parlay it with some other games, or maybe just pick the over 3.5 and see if they'll score. See if it's a score fest, because France can score points. So let's see what happens there. And then the late game, Mexico and Ecuador. Similar to the Norway Ivory Coast, Mexico's at plus 125, which means Ecuador's also a plus, which means they do pick Mexico to win, but they're not too sure if they're not for 100% sure that's going to happen. So that's going to be an interesting one there. That's another one where I was either pick Mexico to win or the draw. And man, I don't know. Maybe no, over under. So they got to get 2 goals. I'd probably go over 1.5. It was 2.5. I might go under. So maybe saying maybe they mean 1-0, or they go into extra time at 1-1. So, but those are your games for tomorrow. Exciting games. I tell you, if you're not watching it, you should get out and watch it. So, so let's get into baseball for today. Here's just some good ones. So I did not do the reverse psychology. I did pick the Rangers today to win, and they made it a little interesting, but they hung on there. They were losing for a little bit, but they did win the game 6-3. Good game there. Brewers were my pick. Reds were winning. Must have gone final. So we'll skip that. Cubs and Padres. Cubs, I had the Cubs winning. They're tied there 2-2. Good game, though. It's good to see them. I should have gone the under on that one. Had the Astros winning, and Twins said, that's not going to happen. It's not over, but it might be over. So Marlins and the Rockies, that's been a tight one. I picked the Marlins to win. Rockies can score. I think we talked about this yesterday. The over-under might have been 9 or 10. And I said, let's go the over. Yeah, they're at 11 runs, and it's only the 6th inning. So who knows what the final score is going to be. It could be 9-10. You never know. So Angels and Mariners. So this was one of my underdog picks here with the Angels, because I'm not a big Mariners fan anymore. Angels are struggling, but we'll see. Maybe they got a couple innings. They got 5 innings to go, so they'll do well there. A's and Dodgers. A surprise one here. I did pick the A's. I'm not sure why. I just looked at the numbers. Looked at Dodgers were struggling. A's were doing pretty good, on a win streak. So pick the A's. Not over yet. Not over by a long shot. They got a long ways to go, but A's are up pretty good there. And then I got the Giants. Had picked the Giants to beat the Diamondbacks. Same thing. Long way to go. Let's see. Yeah. 1-0. So not insurmountable, but we'll see. Here's some good ones here. White Sox. I did pick the White Sox over the Orioles. They're up. I picked the Phillies. Yeah, Pirates were not having that, man. It got close. I think it got 8-7, and then the Phillies tacked on another 3 runs in the bottom or the top of the 8th or top of the 9th. So Tigers were my pick over the Yankees. The Yankees are just, man, they just seem, I'm going to use a crazy word, discombobulated. They're not. I don't know. Maybe they lacked a little bit of confidence. They went in. They've been struggling, and then they went to Boston. Boston put a beating on them for 4 straight games, and so here the Tigers come into town. Guess what? Won again. So, Blue Jays and Mets were both struggling, but Blue Jays were the home team. I think the Blue Jays had actually lost 5 in a row, but I was like, hey, good thing for them. They're playing the Mets. Yeah, they beat the Mets 2-1. Red Sox stay hot. I don't know what. They were in the white uniforms today. Remember we did this? Green, yellow, red yesterday, now white. I guess they're kind of going through this rotation here. When I get it too, because maybe it's on a wash schedule. They've washed the yellow ones now. Maybe they'll wear them tomorrow. And then Brewers and the Reds. That was a tight one too. Reds were winning for a little bit. Brewers came back to win. So those are your games for today, for Monday. But here's what we want to talk about. Tuesday's games, to give you those picks for Tuesday, June 30th. So, and also I timestamped this, and I will timestamp it, and I've timestamped the other ones too. So if you just want to hear about the World Cup, you click on that. If you want to hear about what happened today, click on that one. And if you want to jump straight to these picks, you can click on that timestamp there, and it'll take you right to it. So Rangers playing the Guardians still. They played him today, but this time we got DeGrom pitching. He's pitching 3.55 ERA. He's lost his last start, but he did win 3 of the prior 4, beating San Diego, Cleveland. He did beat Cleveland already, and St. Louis. He's been actually doing pretty well. He hit a rough spot maybe about a month ago where he was struggling, and now he's back on track. Last game, he 6 innings, 2 runs, so pretty good there. The Rangers have now won 5 in a row, and so that they're looking pretty good. And even to the point where they're the favorite. They haven't been the favorite against the Toronto or against Cleveland today. They are tomorrow. Guardians pitching BB, 3.78 ERA. Last start, 6 innings, no runs. Won his last start and 3 of his last 4 starts. They have won 3 of their last 5 games. Actually, 2 of their last 5 games. And now they've lost 1 in a row. You know what? We got to stick Rangers. Sticking with the Rangers to win tomorrow. With DeGrom on the mound, better pitcher tomorrow. And so hopefully he stays hot. White Sox and the Orioles. White Sox pitching Fetty tomorrow, 4.34 ERA. He lost his last 2 starts to Cleveland and Detroit, but he won 3 prior to that. And then a couple of the teams, he beat the Dodgers and he beat the Braves. I know it's looking kind of rough right now because they're struggling, but those are good teams. They've won 3 of their last 5 games, and now they've won 1 in a row, so they did win today. Orioles pitching Gibson, 5.64 ERA. Not great. He's lost his last 4 starts. He lost to the Dodgers, the Angels, Padres, and the Mariners. Boo. They did only win. They have not won. Sorry, they have won 1 of their last 5 games, and now they've lost 3 in a row. We're going to stick with the Sox. Dogs tomorrow. I love these picks because whenever you bet a dog, you can more than double your money. If you're betting on the favorite, like let's say you bet on the Orioles minus 149. Let's say you just put in $5, you're probably going to win about $3.50, maybe $4. So your total payout, like you'll get $8. Put in 5, get back 8. But when you're picking the underdog, you put in 5, you could get back $5.50, $6. So you put in 5, come back with 11. Not bad there. Pirates and the Phillies. So Pirates shocked us today. Pirates pitching Chandler, 4.42 ERA. Won his last 2 starts, not bad. 5 innings, 1 run, 6 innings, 2 runs. Won 3 of his last 5 starts. He beat Seattle, the Marlins, and the Astros. They've won 3 of the last 5 games, and they have won 2 in a row. Phillies are pitching Sanchez, who is their top pitcher, 2.13 ERA. He had gone on a streak of, I want to say, 40 innings or 30 or 40 innings where he didn't give up a run. It's not happening now, but he's given up a few runs here and there now. But he has won 4 of his last 5 games, beat Washington, the Mets, and Toronto during that time. They have won 4 of their last 5 games. Up to now, they had a little 1-game winning streak. Now they lost today. They're a huge favorite tomorrow because they have way better pitching. I got the Phillies winning tomorrow, but honestly, if you want to gamble and make a little, try and make some money, this is where your $5 bet probably turns into, 12 or $15 betting on a really big underdog like the Pirates tomorrow. Tigers and the Yankees. Tigers pitching Skubal. They've been playing great they did do good when they pitched, but no, when he pitched last time, they lost. He's got a 3.32 ERA now that he's been back. His last couple of starts, 6 innings, 4 runs, 5 innings, 3 runs. So not not super awesome, but they're good. They're decent. But he has lost 3 of his last 4 starts. They've lost up to today. They won't lost 2 in a row, but they won today. The Yankees pitching Schlittler, who's their top guy, and I think he's like a Cy Young candidate award, nominee or they think he could win the Cy Young this year. 1.62 ERA, lost his last start, but did win the 3 prior, beat Cincinnati, Toronto, and Boston. They've lost now 5 games in a row. And you know what? Let's just stick with the hot hand until otherwise noted. Got the Tigers to win tomorrow. They're a decent underdog, so that gives you a little bit of change there if you want to put a prediction on those guys. Mets and the Blue Jays. Mets pitching McLean tomorrow, 4.03 ERA. He's won 3 of his last 4 starts, Cincinnati, Atlanta, Miami. So he beat some pretty good guys, but they've lost 2 in a row now. They've lost blown out. They've lost close games. They just find different ways to lose. constantly. So Blue Jays pitching Gossman, 4.36 ERA. Lost his last 3 starts. He lost to Texas, the Cubs, and the Yankees. They had lost 5 games in a row. Actually, I think they had lost 6 games in a row. But they flipped the switch on that, won today. And we're going to say they keep it going with a 2-game win streak after tomorrow. So we got the Blue Jays slight favorite there. So you're not doing too bad. A little $5 bet may get you $4, $4.50. So not too bad. But yeah, we got to take the Blue Jays tomorrow. Nationals and the Red Sox. Nationals pitching Cavalli, 4.0 ERA. Last start, 6 innings, 2 runs. That was good. He lost his last start though. They're not giving this guy great run support. Oh, and Morocco just tied it up. Look at that in the 90th minute. Okay, so I'm probably gonna lose that little wager today, but you know what? It's all right. Let's see. They've won. They up to today they won 2 in a row. Red Sox beat them today. Red Sox are pitching early tomorrow, 3.59 ERA. His last 2 starts good. 6 innings, 2 runs, 6 innings, 1 run. Won his last 2 starts against the Yankees in Seattle. They've won now 5 in a row, so I call that a streak, a good streak. So we're going to stick with Boston. They are the favorite tomorrow. We'll stick with them to win. And I forget the score today was 6-3. I'd probably go under tomorrow on that one. That 9.5 runs there. Cardinals and the Braves. Cardinals pitching Liberatore, 5.56 ERA. Lost his last 2 starts. They have won 1 in a row. So the only one of their last 5 games, that was the last game. Braves pitching Perez, 3.0 ERA. He lost his last start, but he won the 4 prior. He beat Milwaukee, the Mets, the Pirates, and Cincinnati. So beat some pretty good teams there. They've lost 2 in a row. So we're going to go with the Braves because they have better pitching tomorrow and they're at home. So, and they have a better record. Even though the Cardinals doing pretty good, 43-38, not bad there. Reds and the Brewers. Reds pitching Louder, 4.81 ERA. He's lost 4 of his last 5 starts. The Reds have lost 2 in a row now. Brewers are pitching Sproat, 5.43 ERA. Won 3 of his last 4 starts, so on a winning streak there now that they've won 1 in a row. They're a heavy favorite tomorrow. We're gonna stick with the Brewers. So -181. Yeah, that is a huge favorite. Other than what the Phillies are. So if you like the favorites, doesn't mean they're gonna win. Yeah, that was a lesson I learned really quickly there. But there's a couple of favorites right there, heavy favorites that you could parlay. Phillies and Milwaukee for now. So Tampa Bay, speaking of favorites, Tampa Bay and the Royals. Tampa Bay pitching Jacks, 3.33 ERA. His last 2 starts, both 5 innings and 2 runs, so not bad. Won his last 2 starts, beat Kansas City and Washington. They've won 5 in a row. So yeah, they're doing pretty well. Royals are pitching Cameron, 4.50 ERA. He's lost 3 of his last 5 starts, or they've lost 3 of his last 5 starts. But he lost to Tampa Bay. Yeah, he pitched against Tampa Bay, lost that. Lost to Houston, Cincinnati. They're on a 1-game winning streak, but guess what? We're going Tampa Bay tomorrow. They're a slight favorite, so I already see a parlay right there happening. Phillies, Milwaukee. I mean, if you love the favorites, Phillies, Milwaukee, Atlanta, Tampa Bay, huge favorites right there. That's a nice 4-game parlay. Yeah, even though there are some good favorites in there, they'll still pay a little bit of change there. Padres and the Cubs. Padres pitching Sears, 3.18 ERA. Let's see. He's only making his 2nd start here. So his first start was 5 innings, 2 runs. Not bad. But they're on a 2-game losing streak. Cubs won today. Cubs are pitching Boyd, 5.02 ERA. He's won 4 of his last 5 games. He beat the Mets, beat Arizona, and beat Philly. They've won 4 of the last 5 games, and they've won 2 in a row. And they are the favorite. We're going to stick with the Cubs. Actually, I said that. I think didn't I just point that out that the Padres won today? Sorry. I should know this stuff. I should remember this. No, they're tied 2-2 in the 9th. Okay, that's what it is. So one of them will win today. So let's see, Twins and the Astros. Twins won today. Yeah, Twins won in a close one, 5-4. They're pitching Ryan tomorrow, 3.18 ERA. Let's see, they've won 3 of his last 4 games. They have won 2 in a row now since they won today. Astros are pitching Burrows, 5.48 ERA. He's won his last 2 starts, beating Toronto and Kansas City. They had won 4 of their last 5 games. They were on a 2-game winning streak until today. Twins are now favorite in Houston, but we're going to go with the Astros tomorrow. The numbers just tell me they're slightly favored tomorrow, and I think the pitching is better, even though his ERA is higher. Recently, he's played a lot better, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see, Marlins and the Rockies. Marlins came back to win today, or they're winning. Marlins are pitching Perez tomorrow, 4.41 ERA. His last 2 starts are both 4 innings, 1 run, and 4 innings, no runs. So I guess he goes 4 innings there. They won his last start, but he lost 3 of his last 4. But they have won 4 of the last 5 games, and they were winning today. Rockies are pitching Freeland, 7.5 ERA. His last start was 6 innings, 11 hits, 6 runs. He's given up 22 runs in his last 5 games, so that's a lot of runs there. And they're on a losing streak. We're going to stick with the Marlins to win. They are favored in Colorado, and like I said, remember we talked about. I know what it was. Let's see who's winning that game. They definitely went the over. Okay, it's Marlins 10-5. The over under is 11. Marlins have practically scored that. That's for tomorrow. Marlins have practically scored that today, so they've got 15. So you see why it's so high. The ball just travels in Colorado. So we're gonna say Marlins win today, and they'll continue winning tomorrow. Angels and the Mariners. Angels pitch to Soriano, 3.32 ERA. Won 3 of his last 4 starts. He beat some good teams: Baltimore, Tampa Bay, and the Dodgers. They won 4 of their last 5 games. They're playing right now, so they're down 3-2. But up to now, they've won 2 in a row. Mariners pitching Wu, 4.26 ERA. He's got a couple of decent starts under his belt there, but he's lost 3 of his last 4. They're on a 2-game losing streak, and chances are the Angels are going to come back and beat them today. Mariners are the favorite tomorrow. We're sticking with the Angels tomorrow. Better pitching. That pitcher has won more, given up fewer runs, and they're on a winning streak here. So let's see how that goes. It looks like they've gone to the end of the game. Going into overtime. It is tied 1-1, Morocco and the Netherlands. The Dodgers and the A's. Dodgers pitching Robleski, 2.71 ERA. Won his last 3 starts. Minnesota, Tampa Bay, and Pittsburgh. Those are good ones there. He's won 2 in a row. The A's are pitching Springs, 5.52 ERA. He's won his last 2 starts, San Francisco and the Angels, but the team has lost 2 in a row. We are going Dodgers tomorrow. Got the A's today, and Dodgers tomorrow. And then the last game, let's see Dodgers are up right now, so in the bottom of the 4th, 5-3. Giants and the D-backs. Giants pitching Roop, 4.07 ERA. Lost his last 5 starts against the A's, Miami, the Cubs, and the Brewers. But Giants have won 3 of their last 5 games, and they have won 2 in a row. They are tied today in the bottom of the 5th, 1-1. D-backs are pitching, I don't know the guy's name, PFAADT. I'm going to go 5.92 ERA. He just does appearances. He has these 1-inning appearances, so it's a reliever game. But in these 1 innings, he's given up runs. So, in his 5 appearances, his last 5 appearances, he's given up 6 runs. So that's not good. They've lost 3 in a row. I'm gonna pick the Giants to win tomorrow. There wasn't a line yet because that game is the last game of the night, I think, so it's still going on. I'm guessing that the Diamondbacks will be favored tomorrow, so underdog will be the Giants. So these are your picks for Tuesday, June the 30th. Got some underdogs in there, got some favorites in there, right? You got the Dodgers. These are like the normal favorites that you want to pick. Phillies, Braves, Milwaukee, Tampa Bay, Dodgers. Then you got some of the middle of the pack ones that are doing pretty well here that are favorites. You got Boston, you got Toronto, you got the Cubs, you got the Marlins. And then you got some underdogs, that you can pick. You got the White Sox, you got the Tigers. Let's see, where are we at here? Got the Astros underdog, Giants, and the Angels. So you got all your variety there of what you want to go with. Do your best, do your research, and maybe just like enjoying watching the game. So hopefully you have a great Tuesday. You get to watch some soccer. You get to watch some baseball. I don't think golf's on tomorrow yet, but it will be toward the end of the weekend. So, please like the video, and if you get a chance, go ahead and subscribe. Have a great day tomorrow, and if you do decide to bet on any of these games, I hope you win a ton of money. We'll see you on the next one.